So I want to welcome everybody today. We got a very special guest, Mr. Beyant Singh from Extendly. So welcome, Beyant.
Thank
really
you.
Happy to have you today. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone.
Yeah. So Beyant and I recently partnered together. If you guys saw the press release and the Facebook posts and the group posts in our school group, etc. And it's really exciting for me because Beyant is helping me fill a gap that I've long wanted to fill. In my community, we keep things dead simple. And as HighLevel has released features almost daily, as you guys have seen, like in the Facebook groups, whenever Sean posts an update, people are like, ah, that's so cool. Or I've been waiting for this forever, or whatever the case may be, right? I've always kept it really simple and focused on like 1 to 3 features, mostly 3 to 5 max, right? And that's the way that I've always sort of ran my business and my agencies and the way we trained on it, et cetera, et cetera. Well, as HighLevel has grown and the community has grown and the demands of our lovely community have grown, the needs diversify as well, meaning there's a lot of you who want to know different things about what the tool does, or want features covered both for yourselves and maybe your users or your affiliates or whatever the case may be. And there's only so much we can do. You guys probably know this about us, but we're a real small team here at Robb Bailey in our little corner of the world. So probably talk to Betsy, probably talk to Haplin, you probably talk to Mitch, et cetera, and on down the line, right? So what Beyant's team has done is really, really cool. They filled this giant gap in a few different areas, and we'll talk about what those areas are, and we'll show you what problems those things solve, the products and services that he and his huge team at Extendly help with. But this is not like, I truly believe this, and I know that Beyant believes this as well. This is truly the beginning. A lot of you who've been in HighLevel community for years, maybe, let's just say, to months or whatever the case may be, you're like, oh, the cat's out of the bag, and it's easy to feel that way. But the truth is that it's not. Almost no one has heard of HighLevel yet out there in the marketplace. It might feel like that at times, but that is a confirmation bias that we buy into constantly as marketers. And so I really want for everybody in here to understand the reason why we're partnering together, because I'm going to continue doing my thing. And the reason why partnering with Beyant and his wonderful team is because there's a big gap there. And I believe, as Beyant believes, that the key to making our community successful together is to we can help each other more prolifically if we partner together instead of operating maybe a little bit more independently. So the very specific reason why we're combining forces, so to speak, here is to serve you guys with more education, more tools, more services, so that you can very specifically be successful faster, at a greater profit, with more leverage, so you can have more time, more freedom, et cetera, in your business using HighLevel. Okay, so what does all that mean? Beyant's gonna drop the bombs today about everything that his team does. The cool thing is that as a community force, and this isn't about me at all, by the way, when I say what I'm about to say, all of you guys together allows me to go to someone like Beyant and say, hey man, is there something cool or special that you can do just for us, because we've got numbers? And he was happy to put something together for you guys. So I don't care whether you sign up for this or not. It's not about that at all. I've said this like a million times, but I can wake up tomorrow and not have to work a day again in my life. So I'm here doing this because I want to help you guys, and I believe in the project, and I believe in HighLevel, and I believe in Beyant and his team. Okay, so there's no motivation for me here outside of helping more people in this community, and I just cannot keep up with the pace myself any longer, right? And I'm excited about that, guys. Trust me, it's not a sad thing for me. It's very, very exciting, right? So you guys are helping me get out of bed every morning, and instead of being a lazy slob working on my dad bod, I'm trying to stay in the game, be passionate, still be competitive, help us win as a community, right? And really try to help as many of you cut out a lot of the trial error, cut out the mistakes that I made along the way and that I see so many others making, right? So that's the sort of 100-foot view of why we're here. And Beyant is much more soft-spoken than me. He's very practical, logical about it. Like everything you see that he's about to show you guys here, is going to be something that fills a very specific need. And maybe it's your business, but for sure we've seen a demand in the community for everything that he's offered. Okay. So you might not need everything that he offers, but I guarantee at some point in this journey, it's going to be a good idea to do something like go, you know what, maybe instead of me doing my user onboarding or my affiliate onboarding or hiring someone internally, it might be better to have Beyond's team of specialists do it for pennies on the dollar. Or instead of me sitting around in the support chat all day for my white label users, or again, same thing with affiliates, maybe it's better to have Beyond's trained team of experts who already know how to handle this, do it, so that I don't have to be awake at midnight instead of sleeping, or I don't have to like go, hey babe, I'm at our anniversary dinner, I got to answer this support question real quick, right? So his services solve very specific, very practical problems at scale. And you guys will find as you get to know him a little bit better and you get to know his team a bit better and his products and services a bit better, how he does this, it's like very, very methodical. So he doesn't just dump in some VA who doesn't have any training in there to do it and fail through your stuff. Okay. He trains a team who have like English as their first language, if that's what you're after, which is like the biggest objection I hear about this stuff. And these people are going into your account, right? Helping you do it probably better than you could yourself. I know that's a bold statement, but if my stupid ass was in our support all day, we would be in desperate trouble, put it that way. So I just want for you guys to understand the level of quality that Beyond and his team brings, and the very specific need that I see at large and his team filling. And it's almost every single one. Like if you guys have any active sub accounts, he's got something that will help you leverage your business and help you grow it faster. Okay. So I know that was a bit of a soapbox speech, but a lot of you don't know him at all. And I didn't want to just set him up for failure by having you guys come in and just be like cold on this whole thing. Right. So Beyond, welcome. I will certainly try to talk less now and get out of my way. But I'm so pumped and excited to have you, man. And I'm really excited to be partnered together moving forward.
Thank you. So are we. You know, the entire team at Extendly is super excited to have this relationship with us working together. You know, so first thing I want to address with everyone is, you know, there's always this sort of vibe about oh, maybe they're just affiliate partners, or, you know, they're just getting commission out of each other, this or that, right? So maybe they're just watching out for their own interest, not really our best interest. So the fine thing about this relationship between Rob and I, the partnership that we put together, is that there is no affiliate deals here. Rob's not earning a commission out of our services. We're not earning a commission out of Rob's services at all. This is uniquely, you know, it took both of us. I think we met first time in February, and it's been what, 4 or 5 months since it took us back and forth talking to figure this deal out and finally make things work. And each time we spoke, the common theme, the common goal was, how do we help agencies that are coming in with a dream and they don't have active audiences, they don't have a lot of capital to just throw cash on ads or this and that to build a business? How do we help them together to succeed as SaaSpreneurs with this amazing platform that HighLevel's built? And it's truly an amazing business opportunity for those that are, you know, strong enough and courageous enough to actually take it, go through the learning curves, and make something out of it. We've already seen there's a bunch of agencies who've got, you know, started with nothing. They've got hundreds of accounts now, and they're growing on a daily basis. At Extendly, we provide tech support services to these agencies. So we see them on a regular basis, adding on more accounts, their needs changing, this, that, and the other. You know, through our live chat support services that we provide on a white label format, it allows us to see how fast these agencies are growing. And some of them are doing a really phenomenal job, growing super fast. And some are taking their time, and which is completely okay. It's okay. Matter of fact, my advice to any business owner has always been, it's okay to start slow. You don't want to go out of the gate at 60 miles, 100 miles an hour, and then crash and then not be able to control your speed, and maneuver appropriately. If when you start slow, you're able to learn from the potential problems you face, the objections you face, and you're able to change and adapt and modify and run your business much better in that manner. So, with us being able to provide the 24/7 live chat support services, and Robb's teaching and coaching that they do, we felt this was really a great fit for both of us to come together and combine to join the same mission that we're both on, which is, let's help more of these agencies build better businesses. And yes, there is a little selfish thing in that, because that selfishness for both of us is the more we help you guys, the stronger of a product we build ourselves, right? So money will come in on our side regardless, as long as we do a great job focusing on providing you a great service. You'll pay whatever the service needs to be, right? But if we do a very poor job and a terrible job at providing you a product or service, and we're not helping you scale, we're not helping you make more money, then why the heck would anyone use that service? So, and to set ourselves apart and to really, provide you guys with the ability to scale your businesses and set yourselves apart from other competitors that there may be in the space for yourselves. Rob and I came together after months of conversations back and forth and said, let's do this thing together, and let's do everything we can. You're stronger in this thing, I'm stronger in this thing. Let's put both of that together and offer it to everyone. And we're not really, putting together a quote unquote a brand new offer and saying, hey, go buy this new coaching service that we're putting together.
Yeah.
There literally is no offer. We're just excited to be partnering together and helping you guys.
Yeah. So, and I've always said this is kind of like buying HighLevel, right? Like you either super need it and the price tag is a no brainer, or you don't, right? That's why, that's why the way we're doing this makes more sense to me, right? It's not like some commoditized thing where maybe you can learn it in a different way or for free or through a different modality, right? Like a YouTube channel versus a book or something like that, or coaching program versus mentorship, like whatever the case may be, right? It's literally like, oh my gosh, for a few $100 a month, I could source this as someone who does it better than I can. Simple, if I value my time more than that, and I value my stress level, my anxiety level more than that, then this is a no-brainer. And yes, there's very little downside and tons of upside to try it out, right? So that's what you're looking at, guys. There's no hard pitch. There's no like crazy webinar offer at the end with a value stack or whatever. However, the thing that we are going to answer today is what's in it for me, or you in this case. So everybody who's here, we respect you, we want to value your time. We don't want to treat you like a dummy, obviously, and throw a bunch of influence tactics at you. That's not what this is about. So really, by the end of this, we'll spend the rest of the time doing two things: answering what's in it for you guys. So we're going to display the benefits, what kind of offerings Beyond and his team have, how it might help you in your business, and then he'll show you how to get, sign up for that, try it out, whatever the case may be, and then we'll do some Q&A, and that's it. That's what you can expect on this webinar. Okay. Let me just quickly check to make sure I didn't miss anything on our little agenda. Whoa, wrong screen. Man, every time I open Zoom lately, it hates it when I'm on something else. It's so weird. Okay, cool. So,
sounds good.
Let's see. I just want to make sure I didn't skip anything. Okay, cool. I think we're good. So, so for you guys know me. I am not the tech guy. I am not the support guy. I am like, if you have found any level of success through our stuff or anyone else's with GHL, it's on the sales front, right? So in other words, you are able to get someone to agree, say yes, and hopefully pay you money for it. Beyond and his team, and the most like linear way to think about it for me is, after you get the yes and you collect the payment, Beyond's team helps you do everything moving forward outside of fulfillment. This is not what this is about. I don't think, unless beyond you added something and stuck it by me. But how do you handle all this stuff? Like, how do you onboard the client, right? How do you get them to understand the most basic features when they log in? How do they get their team members logged in? How do they, when they get support, how do they ask for it? So they're not bugging you or doing one-off stuff without, you know, like going outside of your system, basically. Text messaging you, doing things like that, hitting you on your Facebook message page. Like it just, this kind of stuff happens, guys. Also, when you're getting your HighLevel set up, right? Maybe you guys are at this stage where some of the items in your HighLevel or some of the features in your HighLevel are not set up, right? Beyond's team can hop on with you and help you click the buttons and get that stuff done too. Is that correct, Beyond? Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Also, if you or your team need education on how to, like the baseline, the foundation, the building blocks, or all the way up to advanced features, if you guys need education on how to use the tools, correctly assemble the system so it gets the desired output, both for you and your clients, they have education products, certification courses, things like that, so that you guys can educate yourself on the tool at large, right? So how's that different than HighLevel? Well, HighLevel is largely a database of help docs, help articles, and videos, okay? Beyond and his team have structure to this thing. So again, it's practical. It'll save you time, save you money, so that you can just focus on doing what you're doing best. So I love stuff like this. I pay through the nose for much more expensive stuff than this to do that exact same thing that I just described to you to get leverage in my business. So like I spent all morning hanging out with my kids in San Diego, taking my boys to surf camp next week. I'd rather be doing that stuff than tinkering is what I call it. And I'm not, it's no disrespect to the people doing the work. I have the utmost respect for them. But when I do it, it's tinkering. Does that make sense to everyone? I'm just not good at that stuff, guys. And I don't want to be, right? I'd rather be out helping people and selling and, you know, driving somebody's business forward than figuring out where the button moved last night or last week, okay? So do we need it? Yes, we have. Absolutely, it's an absolute necessary evil, okay? To understand this stuff at some sort of base level, and also to get some sort of leverage once you've got enough going for you, so that you don't have to be in the weeds doing everything yourself all the time, right? So with that, does anyone have any questions? Yes, we're recording. The answer is always yes, by the way. And just real quick, let me just hop in. Charles Bronson says, I hate self-help. I can see that about you. Let's see. All right, cool. So yeah, why don't we jump in? Let's maybe start with a thing. This is just my idea. You tell me if you want to do it differently, but
Sure, go ahead.
my idea is maybe to start with a thing that's most popular and maybe just like 3 seconds on your company. Like how many team members do you have? How fast have you guys grown? Just so people know that you're not this fly-by-night thing, I think is the point of that. But, and then maybe you can roll right into like, what is your most popular feature or excuse me, popular offer and why? And then we'll roll through the rest. Is that cool?
Yeah, sounds good. So, you know, I'd love to joke about it and say we started yesterday, but it's been a couple of years now. We started in June of 2021, and this just sort of happened. There was no idea of starting externally, you know, a company that's going to provide support services to people. It just happened on its own, and ever since. It's been a great ride, great journey. We've gotten to work with a bunch of high-level agencies. Today we're supporting we're getting closer to 1,500 agencies working with us or have worked with us, as well as roughly about, I think we've just passed our 70th team member that we hired within the 2 years. So, you know, the companies that we work with, agencies that we work with, love our products and services that we provide. That's our website that Robb's pulled up, getexternally.com, if you guys want to check us out. Our number one service is our white label tech support. There, that's 24/7 live chat support services, And just yesterday, maybe I'll give you guys a little demo of this a bit later, but just yesterday I dropped a video in our HighLevel Facebook, extendedly Facebook group of us announcing the release of our AI support bot, which is going to be able to help you guys provide tech support to your customers through the use of AI, and you're able to train it on your particular product offering, service offering. You know, hey, I've got a billing question. How do I upgrade this or that? Right? You're able to train it on your particular SOPs. Along with that, you get all the white label knowledge base articles, support articles, training videos. We hop on a Zoom call with you. You get 24/7 live chat as well. And to that AI bot that I just talked about, there's a human rollover piece as well. So if the AI can't answer it, then it rolls over to our live agents who are there 24/7. And we've been tracking our satisfaction score on our chat support to see how well we're doing. And we started off with about somewhere in the high 80s with the satisfaction score, and we've improved that so much over the months that now we've hit 96% satisfaction rating, and as low as a 44-second first time response on incoming chats as well. So that's your customers, the agency customers that are on, a white label customer to you that are coming in and rating our chat team, our support team, and telling us, thumbs up or thumbs down. Did I have a good experience? Yes, I did. Did we solve your the request that you came in for? Yes, you did. Or no, I had a negative experience and this is why, yada, yada, yada. And we learn from all those mistakes that our agents make, and our team, our director of support and the managers there, they take it very seriously. They look at almost every negative rating that we get to see why it was negative, and then we go back and address it with our team. And we actually also follow up with the customers as well to figure out how we can better assist them with the issue that they had that was not solved, perhaps. So all of that diligence that we've put together has led to providing a great experience for your customers, which in return is helping the agencies that we work for grow faster and not churn their customers as much otherwise. So
yeah, so like I think that everybody here knows this already, but I just want to drill home that a happy customer leads to lower churn. Lower churn is literally the name of the agency game, guys. So if you're like, there's a stat out there, their average social media marketing agency or social advertising agency, the average retainer is 1.9 months. 1.9 months, that's less than 2 months. That means you're basically break even or slightly in the hole with every client that you get. And you're basically turning into a sales organization because your churn is so high that if you ever stop selling, you stop making money, right? So that's a prolific problem at large. HighLevel itself helps with that, of course. It helps reduce churn because now we're turning into more of the utility bill. But if you can turn the people who are 100% of the people that we're churning out into lifelong paying customers, every month that they pay is profit margin, right? And so that's why SaaS companies have such a high valuation. They get 8x, 10x, 20x valuation because it's a subscription model. And if the company is decent at churn, or the investors know that they can make it better, then they've got a really nice stable revenue model, right? So the problem that this solves is probably the most important problem outside of sales. So if you don't have any customers to pay you in the first place, that's problem one. But once you do, churn is by far the biggest problem. And so the thing that I like about your service most, Beyond, is that it would take each one of us individually so much stinking time and so much effort and so much trial and error to put together what you get to learn through those 1,500, white label accounts, let's call them. Yep. And all of their users, and your system gets smarter as more and more inputs come in through that. And so one user gets to benefit from all the data and that they're learning and everything. It's almost like machine learning at this point for you, which I love. So you've got like 1,499 other agencies that are combining to the benefit that you get in your single account through Extendly, right? So, if I've got my white label on, your team sees some things with my, so you guys make a new white label video, your whole support team gets updated on it. Then the person next to me who's paying for their white label, totally separate accounts, right, gets the benefit of that when their user asks the same question, the next time their user asks the same question, right? So I don't know how many hours your team has spent collectively making all of the white label videos, all the Q&As that go into your chat support, all the time, money, effort you have to put into to even just providing 24/7. But it's literally, I literally don't even know how I would do that even if I wanted to. I don't want to, but it would be so expensive and take so much time that I don't think I would even try to do it. And I don't think most people do it who are on HighLevel anyways. So like, I guess, so this is kind of like rolling into a good question that David has here, which is like, are you seeing like what are the most common FAQs and what are the services that those FAQs, the high level features, let's call them, that most coincide with the most popular questions that you get, I guess, inside your ecosystem?
We get all types of questions related to the HighLevel platform. Right. There's not one particular service that I would say that, according to what David asked, is that's selling the best that we are providing support for. It's the entire platform.
Okay.
Right? And then there's third-party softwares as well that people plug into that get support as well. Like UpHex and some of the other ones that are out there, White Label Suite and this and that, right? So it's the entire platform that we're providing support for. It's any question that they have. When a user first gets started, they're very, very new to the platform. They have very basic base level questions like, how do I send a text message through this? Where do I go to, see my conversations? Where is the calls recorded? Where are the calls recorded, right? Very base level questions. And then as they gradually grow through learning the software and using the software, then they go into a little bit more of harder questions. How do I send out an email blast, right? How do I build a workflow, this and that? So we help with all of those, base level questions to more advanced questions as well. We actually have a tiered support, so tier 1, tier 2, and then we've got an advanced level support team as well. That depending on how difficult the question is, the teams will pass around to the appropriate team to be able to assist them appropriately there.
Awesome, man. Is now a good time to show us the AI? Because like you said that, and I kind of want to see it. So I bet everyone else does too. But can you maybe demo that for us real quick? Because I think that's super cool.
Let's do that. So let me go right into our support engine. Actually, I'll go into that in just a second. So this is our chat bot right here. The support widget that you get when you first open up. This is how it looks like. This is your customer's experience when they're logging in, and it gets fully branded to your brand. So your logo goes on there, your logo goes here. You can put whatever message here. These are the help articles that go there. And then when you press get help, then it's taking you over to our AI bot. Again, this is in beta right now. It's only been released to a handful of customers yet, but once it's available, we'll release it to everyone. So that's that. And then there's the knowledge base articles that you're able to search. And of course, user guides, if you want to sort of have a step-by-step instructions of, what do conversations do? So it'll walk you through the entire conversations tab and show you everything there. But let's talk about the AI support bot. So just yesterday, I entered in an article into our white label knowledge base that was around, how do I cancel my subscription? So let's ask, how do I, I want to cancel my subscription, right? So now it'll look it up. So look, it found an article and it said, okay, this is how you cancel your subscription. So it's giving me the details related to that. So I can either say, yes, my problem is solved, or no, I need further assistance. And if I need further assistance, I can chat with an agent, or I can continue to chat with the AI bot. So that's that. Or I can say, no, I need further assistance. Yes, give me step-by-step guide. And now it's going to read from that article that we just saw, and it's going to list out step-by-step exactly what that is. So this is how you cancel the subscription. You know, email billing at this and that, an account name, associated email, your contact. That's the information we need, and our billing department will help assist you with the cancellation process. So I can ask this question in multiple different variations, and it'll provide me a similar answer, all in different language. So it feels like as if it's, you know, an actual agent providing you that information. And now it allows you to the way the system is built, it allows you to create your custom articles on your in the knowledge base section that we have, that lets you program it and train it however, whatever your particular SOPs are. So if you want to put in there something about how do my users upgrade, right? One of the questions I always get asked is, how do I upgrade? So you can put in an article about how do I upgrade? You know, it'll show up right here in your knowledge base. So here's that billing and subscription article that we talked about that was entered in. So it'll show up in here, and they can search it. They can ask the AI as well, so it'll provide them with more accurate answers. And then of course you can connect with an agent thereafter as well.
That is so stinking cool. Oh my gosh, I wish I would have had that so long ago. Honestly, every time I see something like this, I'm like, if I only had that 5 years ago, you know. That's awesome. So do you guys kind of see how powerful that is for you to not have to deal with that? I hate to say it like that, but that's literally where just my thought process goes, is like, if I'm being honest with myself, I don't want to do any of that stuff. You know, it's so and to still have control over it, so it's not like you're giving up your individuality, or maybe you've got some sort of like specific IP in there, or to who was it that asked the question, David's question, maybe there's something unique that you offer, or something that is not widely known in other help articles or whatever, right? And is unique to your system or your niche or something like that. You can still have inputs where the team, the AI bot, will answer. Right. Yeah. And I love the human rollover piece as well, because, you know, from a lead nurturing perspective, I still think this is true. Anytime someone's unhappy with the bot and they could just get with a real person, it's like that feeling that you get as a customer is hard to replace. Right. It just shows that you give a shit, that you really care, and that, you know, your team is dedicated to that customer. You want them to succeed. It's like so difficult nowadays to get. Like, I'll give you an example. I just went to a local bank, and every time I call, they're like, we have no phone queue. I'm like, immediately signing up for business checking, personal, whatever you got, like credit cards, all of it. And I'll call like on a holiday, after hours, you know, whatever the case may be, and they always pick up. It's like ring, 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 pick up, ring, ring, pick up, right? So I'm ditching my corporate bank like hotcakes, because I've sat on the phone for so many hours with them, you know, so, you know, like, that's the way things are headed. And if any of you think that, you know, brands like Podium or whatever competitor you think you have in the local marketplace care like that, you are sorely mistaken. Like, people get treated like a number, like that. You know, the second the sale is done, they get treated like a number, right? So when you hear Sean and Rob and Varun say the difference in a SaaSpreneur versus all those companies is you, that's what they're talking about. So how do you provide that exceptional level of service that Podium and the others out there, the corporate, you know, entities, can't provide? Well, it's not just on features, it's on treating the people like people, the way that you would want to be treated. And all you have to do is hire Beyond's team to do that and provide a handful of inputs, and then you could probably quit after that, right, Beyond? Like yeah. You can't, there's not much to do after you provide some simple inputs to your team, because they're so well trained on this, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, that's the main thing. And on top of that, not only just providing the input to our team, you can also, like I was saying earlier, you can also train the bot yourself as well, right? So this is our backend that you get access to. Support engine is the piece that we're talking about. So I'm going to go right into the support engine there. And so this is the knowledge base. Notice you can add your own categories. So you're able to add your own categories and add your own articles as well. This is that billing and subscription, that article that we had added on, which is only particular to this account, right? So any other agency that's using our services is not getting access to the articles that you're building. Those are only particular to your account. So that bot is also only being trained on the articles that are being entered into this. So you can add an article here and tell it to, whatever your particular SOPs are, how you service your customers, or maybe a third-party software you're using, or a very particular process you have on how to use funnels or social media planner, or whatever that case may be. You're able to put those, you're able to create this article, right? Give the instructions here. And now anytime those type of questions that get asked, the system will pick it up, the bot will pick it up, and it'll provide them the appropriate answers. We also urge our agencies to compile a list of all the FAQs, right? The biggest questions they get asked over and over again after someone signs up. Put those in here so that it can provide them better answers and faster answers directly right into this.
Yeah, and like I don't know if y'all use for all the folks listening, but if like we have Help Scout, right? Or maybe you just use email or use Slack previously for support. It's so easy just to like hit Control F or just like chronologically go through all the questions that you've ever gotten from clients. That stuff is gold. You should definitely be using it. It's great for content creation on the front end, but it's also just sitting there. There's no reason why you should be answering the same question over and over and over again, right? Like meaning there's no glory in bespoke answers necessarily. The part where the human support really shines is when the customer gets connected to their solve quicker, right? So they don't care if the answer was custom written to them or not. They just want the answer as fast as possible so they can move on with their day, right? And I think that's another thing that people kind of get wrong is like, well, I write the best responses ever. It's like, yeah, okay, maybe that's like a 0.5% optimization, fine, but at the end of the day, it's not going to like prevent someone from churning out necessarily, right? So Renee says, do we still need to install Extendly's Snapshot in order to get support? So I guess how do they get that stuff installed into their white label so that you can support them?
The extended dash and the support engine, the apps that I showed you, that's all independent of any of our snapshots that we provide. So, Renee is asking a question that when we first started a while back, we used to provide tech support to only people who used our snapshots. And that's it, because we didn't want to take on other builds from other people. Everyone, has a different way of building snapshots, workflows, campaigns, and triggers back in the day. At that time, we then sort of said we're only going to provide support to people that are using our snapshots, so that way we can provide an extreme amount of support that's much better than providing support on all of them. Now our team's gotten so good, and we've put together particular SOPs that we're able to support any snapshot out there, any build out there. And also HighLevel's gotten so much better as well that it's not necessary to just limit ourselves. We do provide you with what we call a quick start snapshot. So when you sign up for our support services, you get our quick start snapshot included as part of our services, which is something that goes in your customer's account that you're able to give them and sort of help them build their account much faster and get started much faster. So it's got a lot of the base automations that you would normally go in and build out manually. Those are all there. They've been tested hundreds and thousands of times by multiple customers. So they work really, really well. So that is included, and getting that snapshot to come with it sort of helps you better understand how do we even, a lot of people tell us like, we love the way you guys build snapshots. Now we know how to build our snapshots better as well.
Yep. You know, this will date me, but if you ever see somebody's Infusionsoft visual builder dashboard and there's like a million spiderweb lines going to like one destination, those things break all the time, guys. And so a big reason why we've been proponents of keeping things simple is like, it's really hard to troubleshoot, like especially if you're helping people at scale, it's really hard to troubleshoot snapshots if the problem is buried, right?
Yeah.
So it does help to build your snapshots in a certain way for reliability and longevity, right? So again, these are just things that really matter to the client or the customer. And the last thing that I want as the agency or the SaaSpreneur is to wake up in the middle of the night to an emergency because some snapshot broke and I have to spend 5 hours just finding out where the heck it broke at, right? Because the client's not going to know. So that's a great point. I didn't even think about bringing that up today, but I love that because if you can, again, we're talking about building things to last for years, not months or weeks, right?
Right.
So yeah, that is certainly a way to get better. And our stance on that has always been almost operate like an assembly line, right? So like, you know, you can quickly identify the problem and figure out where the point of failure is, right? Like if that makes sense. So yeah, that's, again, that aligns perfectly with, you know, what we do internally and everything. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Renee said she just signed up for something else, so that's the reason she's going to check out Extendly. Yeah, so guys, I've been hearing about Beyond and other services for years, and I just, like, for whatever the reason, it just was not top of mind in our community necessarily. And then all of a sudden, I want to say like 9 or 10 months ago, maybe a year ago, everyone kind of woke up and started asking all about it. And so this is my take on stuff like this. Okay, this is just my opinion. So if you disagree on it, that's fine, right? Like it's not, you don't have to do it this way. But my preference, I talk a lot about preference in our communities too, right? I believe that everybody has a preference, so we may as well just admit it, okay? There's nothing wrong with having a preference. So my preference is to go with someone who does it exactly how I either want to do it or have done it in the past, right? So when I'll just give you a couple quick examples. If I'm looking for a coach or a mentor, I want to go hire Billy Jean because Billy Jean has helped so many, hundreds and hundreds, it's now tens of thousands of local businesses. But at the time when I hired him as a coach, he's the only person I knew who was helping local businesses with a productized service. And he was doing like 300 grand a month. That's exactly the exact reason why. I actually thought he was kind of a dick when I first met him. And Renee will laugh because like a lot of people did, right? I was like, this guy's kind of pompous and whatever, but that's kind of like his alter ego. And then I met him and he was like the raddest dude I ever met. I was like, bro, I like want to hang out with you, like, you know, and he helped me beyond belief. Okay. So he was like, it was the best money I ever spent at that, you know, that phase of my life. I'd never hired a coach. So it was a big risk for me. And I just thought, gosh, what if it doesn't work out, et cetera, et cetera. So now I do this with health. Okay. I do this with health stuff. If I'm getting lower back surgery in this small region, in the L region of my back, and I'm just picking an example. I want the doctor who's done the most amount of surgeries all the way up there. I don't want the guy who's done a million other surgeries. Okay. With this stuff, that's how I typically decide on how to choose a provider. Okay. I want the person who's done it the way that I want it done, or the way that I have done it before. In this case, the reason why I'm so aligned with Beyond is because the things that he's showing you, he's figured out how to scale up, but it's the way that I would have built it if I would have done it myself. Because we've done these things in a non-scalable way, in a one-to-one way, right? In a bespoke answer sort of way. Does that make sense to you guys? So when he showed me all this stuff and we were talking about partnering, I was like, oh gosh, I totally get it. And I think everybody could use this, you know? And so the alignment is there. So look for alignment first. Again, don't beat yourself up on which one, just find out which one aligns with you better. For me, that's Beyond, okay? So, and then I will say this, don't get frozen not making a decision about it either, right? Pull the trigger, get help sooner, guys, sooner than later. Like a month from now, you're not going to be sorry that you went with one or the other, okay? So take massive imperfect action on whichever one you have the best gut feeling about right now. So, and this is another thing about pulling the trigger, so to speak, right? I want to say this because, Renee, you brought it up, and I know you. I've known Renee for a long time. We met in Billie Jean's community, as well as some of the others here. But with regards to pulling the trigger, I think that if any of you, so let me just do this. How many of you guys have sub accounts? How many of you have more than 2 sub accounts in your GHL? Just type a 1 in the chat. Real quick, there's 24 of you still on. And by the way, I'm a huge fan of rewarding people who stay because I value your attention and time. And Beyond's got a cool raffle, and I think you've got something special, like a bonus or something for people who stay to the end too, right, Beyond?
Yeah, so it's
Awesome.
Sharon's going to come on and take care of that, but I'll just tell you what it is.
Yeah,
so,
do it.
So that you're motivated to stay. One person from everyone who's attending live will win one whole year's worth of our support services for free. That's our $599 package. That's $6,000 worth of support.
Dang. Do I get to enter? Because that sounds pretty awesome. Like, okay, so guys, that's stinking valuable, right? Like, think about this. If you have more than a handful of snapshots, meaning if you have like 1 or more paying clients, what is the return on investment of you keeping that client forever, right? Think about that. It should probably be like 1 or a fraction of 1 client to make the pricing on Beyond's page worth it. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? So when you're thinking of pulling the trigger on stuff like this, don't think like, oh, that $100 I could really save and really do something awesome in life with. No, if you divide that $100 by the amount of time you would do to try and replicate a fraction of what this service does, just like the white label support, for example, you're valuing your time less than a McDonald's minimum wage worker. Well, certainly less now that they're paying like $20 an hour at McDonald's, but that's besides the point, right? But that's what it comes out to. Let's say you spend 20 hours, that's $5 an hour. I could burn through 20 hours in a month on support like that. And so I'm just not going to do it. I'd rather have somebody, it's pennies on the dollar in relation to my time, right? What is the cost if I don't hire this person? That's probably the best question to ask. So I kind of talked about that anecdotally, but now let's apply it, right? So when we apply it, what are we doing? We're saying, what is the cost of me not signing up for support, right? What was the other price point of your, like, let's call it your middle package, Beyond? What's that one?
So let me go ahead and pull it up right here. So
yeah,
we can take a look.
Yeah, and Glenn just wrote a glowing sort of review. I signed up for Extendly support at the end of last year. The team is great. The struggles I have are personal due to my specific model and unique issues, but totally endorse Extendly. That's awesome, Glenn.
Oh, thanks, Glenn.
Let's get you back on. Yeah, let's get you back on track. So you can, we'll snuff out the bad and increase the good, right? All right, so let's check this out.
Yeah, so there's actually a 50% off special offer going on if you guys want to take advantage of that. That's getextendly.com/support. But let's go ahead and take a look at the price points. So this is the one that's 50% off. It's $149 per month now. Normally it's $299. And after your first 3 months that you get the 50% off with, it will go up to $299 per month. And that gives you up to 10 clients. Right, it still gives you access to all of our services. We're not holding back any features or products or services that you're not getting just because you're on a lower level plan. It's just limited to up to 10 clients, and you can choose which 10 of your customers. Even if you have more than 10 customers and you just want to take our services for a trial run and see, are they working out for you or not? Are we doing a great job answering or not? You can select which 10 customers get that support service. And you can leave all of your other customers on, even on another service if you are on another service. And then unlimited is $599 per month, right? So unlimited amount of your customers. My team just did a case study. I don't know if Fur's here or not, but they're working on publishing a case study where one of our customers who received a decent amount, a low volume chat requests coming in from their sub accounts. If they were to hire a person at $19 an hour to provide tech support services for their for their white label, right? And $19 an hour is very low for someone who is knowledgeable and experienced enough to be able to provide tech support to you. And this doesn't include any, add-on support softwares that you need to subscribe to, the management time that you're going to spend to manage this person, hire, train, this and that, right? The number was somewhere around $1,400 or $1,500 per month is what they would spend on a very low volume chat requests coming in. And then on the flip side, there was a customer who has I think 200 or so accounts, so about a medium-sized SaaSpreneur, and their numbers were looking at closer to $8,000 or $9,000. It might have even been higher, but just the hours saved on providing support was equivalent to $8,000 or $9,000 per month. This doesn't include, the time wasted on an employee, the time that you're sitting around, and so that's an 8-hour day that you're providing support. Here, we're giving you 24/7 support for a super fraction of that cost.
Yep. Yeah. So again, let's use the sort of like this frame, right? Of let's just call it, we can choose 300 or 600, whatever the case may be. In 1 month or a quarter, or whatever the case may be, we've got a unit of time. How much more could we have done? So it's not just about cost, guys, it's about your time too, right? So if you bought back, let's just call it 10 hours, which it would, that would be just getting started with trying to put something like this together, I would think, which is why I've never done it. But, let's just call it 10 hours, 20, maybe you can start making a little headway. And that's if you're like really hustling on, like you have experience with it, there's no trial and error. Maybe you already sourced the talent somehow, people, whatever the case may be. So now we've got 20 hours into it and you're starting to put a dent in this thing of your time. Never mind the cost, that $9,000, $8,000, $9,000. What is your time worth? Let's just use it for something like selling. 10 or 20 hours worth of selling, for sure, for every single person on here, should be more than $300. It should be more than $600. So again, if you fast forward, let's just call it 30 days and 20 hours worth of work for you that got displaced because you're trying to do this on your own. All things being fair and equal, meaning you're doing as good of a job as Extendly is on this, which is a big leap. I know if I did it, it would be terrible compared to you guys. But 20 hours, if you spent that 20 hours selling, I know for me, if I closed half of the people, that would be 10 new sub accounts. All right. And I would be charging anything less than $1,000 a month. That would probably be the minimum I would ever charge. If you guys don't think you can charge that, you're crazy. Get in my group. I got trainings on that, on how to sell, price package and sell this stuff for a higher ticket. But that would be $10,000 a month that I'm replacing for 300 to 600 bucks. Well, I guess the $300 package, and it would be half of that for 150 to start off.
Yeah.
You guys see that? So no, in 30 days, I would not be sorry that I signed up for the 150 a month package, because even if I didn't sell in months 2 and 3, I got $10,000 a month coming in. I pay Beyond and his team 150, 150, 150, and then, oh darn, on month 4, it goes up to 300 bucks. Shoot, I guess I'm gonna have to go on vacation or hang out with my kids or go to a music, whatever it is that you want to do, man. I'm not telling you what to do with your free time, but I'm telling you, like, most people that I know are not, looking to do customer support in their free time or deal with headaches in their free time, right? So again, guys, to me, this is a no-brainer. A lot of what I just laid out for you guys is a framework on how to make a decision on something like this. My preference is Beyond. My preference is more time over saving $150 Italy. So I would encourage you to stretch yourself and think about that for you, okay? So if you're like, Rob, you're high, I need the money, or I can do this because I'm an expert, fine, do you, but use the preferences, be self-aware of your preferences, and then make a good decision for yourself. And if you're on the fence, go with your gut. There's nothing that you can't undo with this, right? Like if you try it for 30 days, and it's not for you, big whoop. I know Beyond's not going to be crying if it doesn't work out for you. He wants for it to work out for you. He'll probably send you to his biggest competitor or a handful of competitors just to make sure you're taken care of. That's the kind of guy he is. I know that for a fact, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah. So let's see. Marcia says, what? I don't know if that's a good what, like that's how I consider it. Like what? Glenn says, oh wait, I already read that. Marcia says, love that way of thinking, Rob, totally worth it. Yeah. You know, again, if you're gonna get leverage, this is one of the best ways to get it, because if Beyond and his team have a large part in keeping that $10,000 a month and I don't have to go back to selling to replace that income, you know, that could be worth $120,000 a year minus his fee, right? And if you keep that batch of those people for years after that, which is, I mean, if you position this right, HighLevel can easily do that. Then you're talking about six figures per year over several years. And then, you know, you really, if you look back after a few years, you're like, really wish I would have signed up back then because I would have been there now. That's when you really, like, the biggest thing that always gets me is regret, right? I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that, right?
In regards to that, Rob, you know, the way I kind of like to put it in perspective for people is that, you know, in relation to the support services that we provide, you as a business owner, right? Do you want to spend your time providing tech support, or do you want to spend your time going out and getting more business? And the business that you go out and get more is worth more than $150 a month or $299 a month, right? One account you go get in one day could be that much. Right. So is it worth more than that? And then if you're the one doing the support services, you're the one doing the selling, your customer's looking at you like, dude, you're doing everything, right? Is this the legit software company that am I working with? And at what business gets to get an entire 70-member support company on their back, providing 24/7 support services for a fraction of a cost of hiring a VA that it costs, right? So now that becomes your selling point. You don't have to say, hey, Podium actually doesn't even, I don't think Podium provides a 24/7 support service, right? So
no,
Podium,
of course not.
my company does. And now how does that make you look? Right now that becomes a selling point for you, that we provide 24/7 support service through live chat. At anytime you got questions, you can ask.
And I want to add a little color there too, because this is huge, guys. A lot of you are happy to build a bond and help your clients with mindset, or like you want to pick up the phone. You just don't want to talk about the support crap with them every time. It's like, who wants to do that if you're at your kid's baseball game or whatever, you know? So what you can do is switch from saying, you know, hey, you can say all that stuff that Beyond just said about comparing yourself to Podium. But what you can say is, I have a world-class support team. There's 70 of them. So it's not just me, and we answer you any time of the night. But here's my personal cell phone number if you need anything that are in these areas, right?
Yeah.
If you have a true emergency, hit me. Like, not a tech thing, but like real one, like the water pipes are exploding and I'm freaking out, or whatever, you know, or, you know, like when COVID happened, this happened a lot. Like I had to get on the phone with so many people who are my clients and not even my clients, you know, people I coached and everything like that. And a lot of times when your clients freak out, if they know that you're there for them, they will stay with you forever. Because no matter what Yellow Pages salesman comes in, Podium salesman, whatever, after that, they're like, nope, Rob was there for me that day. He coached me through it. He taught me from off the ledge, whatever, you know, I was getting a divorce. Someone significant to me died. Like, you know, you hear it all with these local businesses, because it's like a lot of times you are their best, most trusted advisor if you do it right. So this enables you to be that to them, which I think is beautiful and super needed out there, right? Without you having to be like, oh, they're texting me every 5 minutes about like every little button and every little thing once they log, you know, I'm happy they're logging in, but I never want to answer because I'm protecting my time, right? Which is a healthy thing to do. So you can say, oh, dude, happy to, no, my team is there, go. Like, hit the chat, they got you.
Yeah.
Right. That's an amazing balance that you can have with your clients, so you don't lose your mind, and you can have a couple hundred clients and get to know every one of them if you want. You know, so, you know, instead of going to the therapist once a week and taking a bunch of Xanax, you can be like, I'm happy to pick up the phone and talk to you. Like, you know what I mean? Because I do think that enjoying this journey and enjoying working with your clients is important, guys. I think for longevity purposes, it's definitely important, actually. David says, this was just to the hosts and panelists, so I hope this is okay to say, David. I think you meant to do it for everyone. Just not having to manage another member of support staff internally is worth the monthly price alone, let alone the fact that great support is one of the cheat codes to reduce churn. That kind of summarizes it perfectly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
yeah, a couple people are asking about the link because they're dipping in and out of the webinar. Whatnot. Do you want to just drop the link in the chat so people can jump in if they're ready, or whatever the case there is?
It's getextendly.com/support. That's where you go to, and that's where that the special pricing is there. So go ahead and check that out there. And then I see in the comments, I see a question from Charles. It says, does Extendly have phones too? I'm assuming he's asking if we provide phone support. Yeah, so not phone support per se, but Zoom support, which is very almost identical to that. So you can't pick up the phone and dial a number, but you can book a call and speak to one of our support agents, and your customers can as well. So the support that we provide isn't just limited to your customers, it's available to you as well, and your staff also.
Awesome. Good questions, guys. Any other questions for Beyond? While you have him, this man is a busy dude. He's a serial entrepreneur. He owns, is it 6 pizza shops? Is it 7 now?
We just opened up the 8th one last month.
8th one. Okay, so he owns 8 pizza shops and a successful franchise. Uses database reactivation, by the way. Love it. And there's a cool story there, maybe if we have time. But then he owns a security company, right? And then he's a crazy dude who's just like, yeah, my spare time, and he's a family man. My spare time, I'm just going to start Extendly, and Extendly just like taking off. So, let's see. Beyond sent his email to Glenn and the panelists. Yeah, Pizza Man. I can't wait to try your pizza. Can we get pizza delivery with the subscription? That would be awesome. Just airmail a pizza to everybody who signs up.
Yep. The pizzas are really good. If you guys are in California,
what's the name of it? Wait, just drop your name. So I'm curious.
It's called Curry Pizza House. Not the best name when you think of pizzas, but
Curry Pizza House.
Curry Pizza House. Yeah. So Google or search currypizzahouse.com. You'll be able to find it. There you go. The top one right there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
fresh and spicy. Nice.
Fusion flavored pizzas is what you get. Hit the menu button. Oh, there you go. That's all the
oh my gosh, they look amazing. Holy cow.
Yep. So most of these are in California. I'm in California myself. There's a couple in Texas as well that recently opened up. Those are not ours, but there are a couple.
See, I know you went with the Hawaiian. I'm just going to polarize the entire audience and say Hawaiian pizza is the best pizza on the planet. I don't care if you don't like pineapple. You can just find a bridge and jump off it. I love Hawaiian pizza. But no, I'm kidding. But this looks awesome. Tandoori chicken. See, yeah. I love Indian food. Barbecue chicken. This looks awesome. Holy cow. Yeah. So I believe that it tastes good. Okay, cool. What other questions we got, guys?
No, I think everyone wants pizza.
Well, they do. Yeah, I'm hungry now, right? Yeah, Charles, it's in Northern California, I believe, or most of them.
Yeah.
San Jose area, is that correct?
Yeah, San Jose, Palo Alto, Dublin, Cupertino, and the neighboring cities.
Yeah. Ronald says triggered by pineapple. It happens every time. Cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, listen, that's all I have is literally like, maybe what we can do is just to round it out beyond is what other services should we talk about the other services here, or do we just want to focus on the support for now?
Yeah, I mean, I can give a brief explanation of what other services are, just so everyone understands. But yeah, we've got GHL Animation Studios, which is a division of ours that provides explainer videos that are around your SaaS. So this is literally built around HighLevel, explaining them there. So feel free to take a look at. These are pre-built videos that will replace with your logos, branding color, your announcement of your name, and all of that. And that first video actually is our team built for HighLevel. So they also authorized us to be able to sell it with a branded version as well. So there's that if you guys want to check that out. That one just dropped. And then these are some of our other videos that we have.
That's amazing. I need like all of these for us, because I get asked all the time about it, and I'm terrible. Like I'm a salesman, so I want to close them on the outcome, but they're like, but what does the software actually do? Like, I'm talking about when I'm just, like we have a friend who came over to babysit our kids, our friend's little sister. She comes over, she's like, so what do you do for a living? Why are you got your laptop and your camera out and all that stuff? And I just go, oh, I resell software. It's kind of boring. And they go, ooh. But like, I'd love to just send her this and be like, check it out, because then people get it, and then they'll tell other people, oh, hey, I know this guy who does this thing, right? So, but this is amazing, because like, again, how many of us have ever tried to go out and explain all the things that HighLevel does in a succinct way that everybody can understand? We have so much in our heads, and we're up in the clouds, and the people are just like, get to the point, man, right? So this is huge. Actually, the last time I looked at this page, I think you had like one video. So this is a lot. This is great.
Yeah, now we've got several. We've got feature animations as well, which are portions of HighLevel that are explaining, and kind of little GIFs that show you what this section does, videos around that. But yeah, so those are there. GHLanimationstudios.com if you guys want to go there, check it out, or you can go to getextendly.com and click on the products tab to see all of our products and services there. Aside from that, we've got Academy for HighLevel, which is a structured learning platform that teaches you HighLevel, teaches your staff HighLevel, so that you can sell more. So you can sell your product, your services, and position yourself as a solution to the problem your customers are experiencing with learning HighLevel, and sell it confidently. And it did win a first place winner from HighLevel's course contest that HighLevel held as well. So there's that. HighLevel update also.
Yeah. Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
And if you guys can't tell, I don't know if you guys know who this is, but Beyond is partnering with people who are really good at what they do, right? And again, I think this is smart, because if you believe what Robin and Sean and Varun believe, that rising tides lift all boats, Beyond is sort of putting his money where his mouth is by going around and partnering with people instead of competing with them. He believes that, like, Stephanie Blair, for example, already was very good at this, and decided to partner with her instead of trying to go out and just replicate his own version of this, right? So Stephanie and Melissa Blair are mother-daughter duo who are just amazing at this stuff. Had the chance to meet both of them, and they're amazing people, and they're really good at what they do. So this makes sense, right? So if you, again, this is the education part. If you need skills development, or your team needs skills development, or any of that stuff, this is a great resource, so that you don't, it's like very practical. It'll just get you up to speed in the shortest amount of time possible, so you can increase your skills and increase your confidence, or both.
There's 3 levels to this, depending on, so easy, medium, hard, there, which teaches you the entire HighLevel platform there. Our entire team at Extendly, our entire support team, everyone goes through all 3 levels before they're brought on to be chatting with our customers or your customers, and providing support.
Yep, solid. Okay, cool. And then I think there was one more that we'll just cover real quick.
Yeah, so
snapshots.
We have a snapshot store that provide you pre-built snapshots that we've built customers have loved them. We've got one of our most popular ones is a SaaS agency in a box, which helps you give you everything you need to launch your white label SaaS of HighLevel. So including a website, your nurture campaigns, your automations on the back end, lead magnets, all of that is included, and our team goes through and sets up everything for you to make sure you're up and running. Then we've got other niche snapshots as well that are there that you guys are able to check out.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Anything else you want to cover on the website visually, Biant?
No, that's about it on the side from our products and services. Again, like you said, Rob, we've got a few more announcements coming out with the partnerships that you just sort of highlighted, and all of this is, guys, it's, you know, I believe instead of having to build what someone else has and pretend to be an expert in every little thing. And this is exactly why we partnered with Robb as well. This is why Rob and I got together, because Rob is really, really good at what he does, and we're really good at what we do in providing support, right? And now imagine if me trying to go coach someone and trying to tell them and teach them, you know, how to do what Rob does. I would fail at it, right? I would not be successful. So I'm going to stay in my lane and keep doing what I'm doing really, really well. And with these partnerships that we're, you know, our companies that we're acquiring, it's allowing us to build this this community of superstars per se that will be able to help you get to the dream that you want to achieve and accomplish being a successful SaaSpreneur. When I was talking to Rob, I literally told him, hey, my goal is to see as many SaaSpreneurs as possible that came in being extended clients on that level up stage, so they're getting those awards. And Rob agreed with that as well, which is why we're here.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing is that you know, if you go through the framework and the exercise that we covered with the decision making sort of framework, I guess I'll call it, is that, you know, all of those people on stage will be paying Biant the same price, like no matter how much money they make.
Yeah.
Right. So again, picture yourself 3 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years down the line, and go like, am I gonna look back and be like, oh yeah, saving $150 a month to not get some leverage in my business and double down on sales or triple down on sales to get this thing off the ground, or to buy my time back in another area if you're a little more established, you know, will that have been worth it? You know, in my opinion, and I'm gonna start actually, I know that you guys probably have heard a lot of these stories, but I think that most people in our community have only heard a fraction of them. And I have the privilege of hearing most of them. Like, for example, at that Level Up Summit, we're in the green room. I'm with like all basically the top performers from HighLevel and some people outside of the HighLevel community that are top performers. And, you know, you're just chit chatting, making conversation. You get to hear these amazing stories of where people started, what they've been through, you know, all the peaks and valleys that they've gone through in their career or their journey. And it arrives at this moment where they're on stage taking a picture, getting this award, and everybody's just sort of like, oh, that's so cool and stuff, and they get lost in it, but they don't hear the story behind like what got that person there. And the truth of this is that every single person found uncommon leverage in their business to get there. That's how I got there. That's how they all did. That's the secret, in my opinion, which isn't even really a secret. It's just a thing that people don't talk about a whole lot, I guess, right? And so I'll be interviewing those people. I'm starting a new podcast, and I'll be interviewing those people to try and share those stories with more folks, because in our community, it's growing so fast that people just see, you know, they see success flying around and they just assume that it's one way, and it's usually not. Right. But what I'm saying to you guys is, I'm just giving you a little bit of inside baseball here. When I go in October, I'll be rubbing elbows with all these people, and it'll be the same thing. I guarantee you. It's always been that way, right? And if you look at the top performers from other communities, like, I don't know, whatever, ClickFunnels, Infusionsoft, like all this stuff, HubSpot, all those people found uncommon leverage too. That's why it appears as though they're so freaking great, so much better than other people. It's not because they're better people, it's because they found the leverage. right? So again, this is a point of leverage from after you get the sale and get the yes, you have way less to worry about, and it's going to increase your sticky rate a bunch and decrease your churn rate a bunch. And that's an uncommon unfair advantage. If someone's next to you offering the same thing, quote unquote, which is actually not even that true, but let's say that that's the perceived value, or you're just using this as a hypothetical example, and your support is better than theirs, who wins? Right? It's an easy answer. We've all been that disgruntled person who's angry at support at some point in our lives, right? So it's
Absolutely.
an easy win, easy way to win. It's cheap, it's effective, it's 24/7. Holy cow, like what are you waiting for, right? And
Yep.
so
I
yeah,
was looking at chat and Rob asked a question. I've been looking at Extendly versus HL Pro Tools. Any feedback why Extendly versus HL Pro Tools, not to pit against one against the other? Just curious. Yeah, so you know, I'd like to say we're better, just to. But no, you know, Matt's a great guy. I've met him a few times. We talk here and there as well. HL Pro Tools have been around much longer than us. They were, I think, the first ones out until we came around. But you know, the community has recognized what we do as well. I'm not saying they don't provide a great service. I'm sure they do provide an amazing support as well. Every company wants to, but we also do a great job. Are we better than them? Are they better than us? We don't know. Try it out for yourself. See who's better for your customers, right? There's customers that come over to us and they say, wow, you know, HL Pro Tools was not this great of an experience. You guys are much better. And I'm sure there's customers that go from ours over to them as well, right? It's just who's better for your customers and what services and a problem the particular company solving for you is what I would say.
Yeah, so Rob, if you missed my mini rant on preference, there you go, right? Like, so find your preference, like just take a quick look at both the companies, do a little bit of light outreach to each of them and see which one matches your preference better. And that will be more aligned with your values and the things that you want out of it. And that will give you your answer. Okay. Again, I'm not afraid to say that my preference is with Extendly because of my personal preferences. That's why I'm partnering with Beyond. Okay. It doesn't mean that I don't recommend Matt's service either. I literally said right after that, just pick one. Basically is what I said. Pick one and go with it. Go with your gut, right? You're not going to look back and be disappointed that you did this with either service is my feeling. And if you find out that, oh darn, I prefer one over the other now, it's just like you can always switch. It's no big deal, right? Like, but don't sit there like spending time and energy on the fence. That's my piece of advice, right? I know you didn't ask for it really, but that, you know, that helps me so much in life, right? That's why I'm a coach, is like, dude, decision-making frameworks make your life better. And if you can get good at it, you have so much less worry in your life, so much more forward momentum, so much more forward action, so much more money in the bank, so much less time wasted on stupid stuff, right? So I'm not discrediting the question. I just hope everybody understands that. It's just a little bit of like coaching tough love and me suggesting the user framework so that you can arrive at the best decision for you. Because the reality, this is the thing that most people will not say, that me and Beyond say every time we get on, is we're not just motivated by money. And people who are will say, your preference, sign up for this thing. That's what they do, you know? Like, that's the reason why I didn't like the ClickFunnels community. And I'm not afraid to say that. Everybody kind of knows that about me, who, you know, knows me, I guess, but hated that environment, you know, because everyone's just shoving preferences down other people's throat. And I'm the first to say, when you come into my community, this is the way that we did it. This is the way that we prefer to do it. I recommend starting with a proven way first if you want this outcome. But after that, it's completely based on preference, right? Like I'm of the belief that in business, it's better to start with something proven until you have time margin, money margin, like relief, you know, like just you have some cushion, some padding, and then you can get a little fancier, right? But that's what I'm talking about when I talk about this stuff, guys. It's why I'm able to help so many people this way, is because, you know, the ability for me to come in and say, I don't really care which one you decide. I have your best interests at heart, because you can't lose if you understand your preference and you choose the thing that's more aligned for you. that means more people will be aligned with me, more people will be aligned with Beyond, and more won't, right? But the same amount of people, more people will get served as a net result, right? Versus pushing our agenda, and having a percentage of those people be disgruntled in our community. That doesn't help us or that person who was force-fed a preference. Does that make sense to everyone? Like and I really believe that the HighLevel community at large is very good at this. Like if you look, it's why people come in and say, hey, this community is different. I feel at home here. You know, I've never been in a community like this where people are so willing to help each other and not just like force feed stuff down your throat. And so that to me, guys, is when we're as a community doing things right and starting to hit home runs together, right? Like you're with the rising tide at that point.
Yep. I 100% agree. I think we should do our raffle. Everyone, people are waiting for it.
Let's do it.
To win that 1 year of support.
Hello.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thanks,
I
Ron.
still can't turn my camera on, but that's okay. The most important part is this wheel.
We can't see your screen, Sharon, if you're trying to share.
Yeah. All right. You guys
you
can see it now?
Yes, we can.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the moment that you guys have been patiently waiting for, I have everybody who attended this call on this list. The winner is going to receive 12 months of our ultimate level of tech support. So you get everything that we offer, unlimited clients, all for free for 1 year.
Awesome. So Sharon, can I just grab your Venmo real quick and send you a bribe so my name can sneak onto there? That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I'll give you my Venmo without a doubt.
And
All right, go for it.
If you're a paying customer already and you win, you will get that 1 year free as well. So it's not just for, we're new customers or something like that. It's for everyone.
Word. Gosh, you guys are too generous. David says I'm screwed. It's already on me. He's not going to win. David, I will double it. If you win, I'll pay for an extra year of support. Then you're just going to ride off in the sunset.
There you go.
Just because you tried to curse it. He said deal. All right, let's go for it.
All righty, drum roll. Let's see.
What do you know? It's Rob Bailey with 2 B's. No, it's
JL Hall.
JL
Congratulations.
JL, are you on still?
Close. All right, awesome, JL. You will be receiving an email from me with everything that you need to get your support set up and installed. And congratulations.
Congrats.
Should I? Yeah, JL is here. I'm going to unmute him if that's okay. So
yeah, go for it.
All right, JL, you should be able to unmute yourself now. All right, maybe he's having trouble. But all right, well, congratulations, JL. You've won the year, and you'll get an email from Sharon to redeem that for yourself. All right. Anything else, Rob, that we want to go over? I think we've covered quite a bit today.
We have. Let's just make sure that everybody knows the call to actions in case somebody zoomed to the end, which, is super common. So let's see, get extendly. Oh, Drew asked a good question real fast. What is the cost for the coaching calls? Maybe you can just email in to get some details on that.
Yeah, I'll just answer it right now. They're actually free, Drew. So coaching calls are done on a daily basis, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And they're sales related, prospecting related, as well as tech related, but they're free to our customers. Okay, awesome. And then what is the one link we can send them to so they can see all the goodness? Is it getextendly.com/support? Yeah, getextendly.com/support. Okay, so getextendly.com/support to get the offer. Here it is. And then for anybody who's listening or watching later, Beyond made a special offer on that page. It's not an affiliate link. This is just something I feel like you guys need. I don't benefit directly in any way, shape, or form besides hearing you guys' success stories, which I would love to hear in our community.
And then also, guys, this is not something that's going away. Me and Beyond have committed to working together long term. So as his tools, products, services develop, we'll be keeping you guys informed in the community. So that's my commitment to you guys, is just to continue to update you as it progresses. This community is growing very quickly. Extendly is growing very quickly. And just in the little time that I've known about the company, which is just like around this time last year, Beyond has added tons of good stuff. So I expect, probably about like once a quarter or so, we'll try to jump on, deliver the good news to you guys. That way you don't have to dig around, keep up with multiple things, but you really can get a ton of leverage from this stuff. So by this call next time, I want to hear you guys' success stories, getting leverage from his services or similar services, so that you guys can focus on scaling up your business and reducing that churn. That's a huge piece of this. I'm going to be talking about it more and more moving forward. It's just too important to kind of assume that you guys are well equipped for it, if that makes sense. Let's see. David says this page looks empty.
It's
Oh,
hold on, let me.
I see what it is. Yeah. So David, just go to getextendly.com/support.
It'll take you back to the appropriate page that
Yeah.
has,
/specialty. Yeah, you should be good to go. And you guys are welcome to contact Beyond's team directly and support. He's got website, chat widgets, a full website on how to contact him. So if you guys have any questions, hit him directly. You're welcome to ask in our group too. I'll do my best. But a lot of the stuff that he controls internally, we're just going to send you to him. Cool.
fantastic.
We're still trying on GHL and struggling to get it until now. This makes it a no-brainer. I'm in. Awesome. So George, in my community, if you come in there, small secret, Beyond Steam also supports our community. So if you want to sign up through our affiliate link, we've got a ton of bonuses, classrooms, trainings, snapshots for you. That's my stuff. And Beyond Steam will hop on with you and help you get onboarded onto your white label, help you get your domain set up, populate your logo, click the buttons, customize a few things. And so, so here's a link to my group. If for some reason some of you guys have not gotten the free stuff in our group, it's just robbailey.com/group. There are 3 B's in there. My whole team's in there as well. So there's a ton of free support. It's my job as the GoHighLevel ambassador to give you guys some starting tools so I can drag you to success, get your first wins under your belt. And then if you end up needing more one-on-one help, we do offer a paid coaching program on the back end, but don't worry about that right now. Our free stuff is better than most paid courses. And that's my commitment to you and the founders of GoHighLevel, to give that stuff away so you guys have stepping stones to get your first wins for free. Does that make sense to everybody? Hope you guys are seeing the picture now. Like, this is meant to be a resource hub where you guys can get some real traction in this thing and get going. Again, so you have some margin, right? You can actually grow a real business out of this thing or scale it up if you're already established.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. So JL dropped his email there. Perfect. I think we're good. You guys have any questions? Hit Beyond's team, Extendly, getextendly.com/support or getextendly.com. My community is robbailey.com, ROBBBAILEY.com/group. It's a great community there. There's almost 3,000 of you already in there. And if you have any issues, hit us up. We're here to help, guys. That's it. So
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
And Rob,
Thank you, Beyond. Thank you, Sharon, for your time. Can you guys say a quick thank you to Beyond and Sharon for taking the time to drop some of the stuff to you guys? Really super helpful. I can't explain to you how busy Beyond in particular is. And so it's really nice to have some FaceTime with them and, drop the recording and everything.
Yeah, thank
Cool.
you. Thanks
Appreciate
for
you guys.
your time and listening.
Guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you guys later. Take care.